Yo, shalom, shalom, family. We're just gonna wait for everybody to trickle in. Shalom, Sweat said you was in early. You was in early. Yeah, all praises to the Most High, first and foremost, for letting us see this Shabbat. All praises. We're just gonna wait for a little bit more people to trickle in here. A little bit more, and then we'll get it started. How you doing, though? Said you all right? I know we're gonna be talking a little bit about Halloween tonight, even though we're a little late because it came on was it a Monday? Hey, family, what's going on? What's going on? I know y'all didn't celebrate Halloween. Tell them I'm a queen 24/7. I don't need one day to dress like one. No, but I hope y'all is doing good out there. It's good to be back in action. Wait for a little bit more. Well, I know that's right. I ain't gonna lie to you. I fell out of love with the Halloween. Okay, there we go. We got 6 eyes. I fell out of love with Halloween when I was young though. I would always have that same little Jason mask with a with the little black all black on, just looking goofy. So I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. I'll pray to the Most High. And bad things happen too. Bad things happen always, especially when you're out on that particular night of sin. You might get caught up. Might get caught up with something bad. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I went, when I was in college and everything, I didn't dress up, but I'm a Jake, so I'm definitely gonna be in there. And it just kind of got old though. It kind of got a little old. I mean, but the class is still relevant because these college kids they celebrate this thing, man, until they run out of costumes. So it's still gonna be relevant. It's still gonna be relevant. But I know we got some eyes on. I know it's gonna be a little bit longer. I'm gonna try to make it underneath 2 hours. Because I want to talk about the Halloween thing, and then I'm gonna segue over to some other issues that's been going on. It's been going on with brothers, man, because this word's getting out there. It's on fire right now. Well, we're just gonna talk about the good things about it and the bad things about it, and that's gonna be the gist of tonight's class. I'm not gonna share my screen so much, so I just want to ask everybody to grab your KJV. If you got like a new international version or something like that, that's cool too. If you got your phone, you can go ahead and download the app, King James Bible. You can search Google. You can read along. I didn't have enough time to transfer everything on the papyrus or the piece of paper. So I'm just going through my tabs right now. So it's a little shorthanded. But with that, I know we got people coming in and coming out, so let's kind of just get it started. Um, First things first, all praises to the Most High for allowing us to see today. Hope everybody fought to get back here in one piece. Just want to say shout out to everybody that's watching the class here and all over YouTube. Um, Keep your brothers in your prayers. Keep me in your prayers. Keep AOC in your prayers. Keep all the nation of Israel in your prayers. It's hard to see, things kind of get off track, and it's even harder to get back on track. You know, so definitely, we want to keep on fighting. We want to stay consistent with this thing because it's popping right now. It's popping right now. It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time. So with that, We're going to talk about this here Samhain, which y'all know is Halloween. So it's going to be a little story time. I'm going to share my screen for this one, and then we're going to let them rip. All right. See if I got this. I'll take the banner off. Okay. We're going to present here. And we're going to go here. Hope if you can hear me too, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure. I don't use the headphones anymore because of that one catastrophe that happened. So hopefully everybody can hear me clearly. If not, I got to get a new laptop. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Just for some context, like these holidays, these pagan holidays that we celebrate are all rooted in idolatry and in wickedness. The root of it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like that now, but the Most High said that He requires the past of everything, including the history of His people, including the history of our oppression and our trying time. So He definitely knows where this come from, and He said that He was a jealous God, a jealous power. So He knows when you're doing the Samhain, you ain't doing the dang thing, if you get what I'm saying. All right, so let's do a little story time. I'm gonna try to, let's see here. Where should I start? So let's just start right here. Because you already know what it is, right? What's the origin of Halloween, right? It's a Celtic holiday, right? Called Samhain. And let's see here. During Samhain, a feast of the dead, participants would light community fires, perform animal sacrifices, and carve turnips, which were later pumpkins in medieval times, eat food, and throw wood at each other. Okay. Come on, man. Even though these Celtics were ruled, let's see where we're at. Even though these Celts were ruled by various kings, the real power behind the throne was in the hands of the Druids. Or the Druids. They were a secret, bloodthirsty, priestly society who ruled by terror, sorcery, and witchcraft. Even the various Celtic kings feared their black powers. And later on, we're going to go into the law and we're going to know that that's off. But let's keep going. The most important religious day for the Druids was the celebration of Samhain, the Lord of the Dead. And we're going to break that down too in the scriptures and know that that's going off. So let's go down. They believed, right here, they believed that that night on Halloween, the spirit world came into its closest contact with the human world. As such, it was a night when the souls of the departed dead returned to their former homes to be entertained by the living. It was also a time when demonic and evil spirits came out of their shadowy netherworld. Right? Demonic and evil spirits came out of their shadowy netherworld. If proper food, shelter, and provision were not provided, these evil spirits would cast spells, wreak havoc on man and beast, and torment the living. If the proper treat was not awaiting to appease them, then they would respond with an appropriate trick. Thus, our custom of trick or treating. And let's see here. And others, in order to fool and evade the invading spirits, would dress themselves up and masquerade as evil spirits, witches, ghosts, and ghouls. And again, we see the origin of this custom. Now, this is where the real sinister part gets, and this is the sick, perverted part, which a lot of the elites in our society allegedly do. Right, we're gonna use that word allegedly nowadays because Esau want to sue people now. But the perverted climax of this dark night was animal and human sacrifice to placate this Lord of the Dead. And really, this Lord of the Dead, man, I mean, honestly, it's a Molech. It's Molech all over again. It's just disguised and dressed up as something different. It was carried out by the priestly druids who would rip the hearts out of their victims and use blood for religious rites. They would also use the entrails and other body parts to divine the future and forecast the New Year's. And we're going to break that down. We're going to see how that's off too as well. The remains were burnt in bonfires, from which we get the word bonfire. Let's just close it out. Samhain celebrated a broken barrier between the physical world and the spiritual, and so on and so forth. But the whole thing is off. The whole thing is off. Yeah, so the whole thing is off, And I didn't get, this isn't the best one that I could get. I do have another one where they do incorporate children into this type of sacrifice, and the jack-o'-lantern. There's another meaning behind it, but I have another document too. It said for Halloween pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. In medieval Britain, people moved door to door asking for food in return for a prayer for the dead. They were carried hollow out turnip lanterns whose candle connoted a soul trapped in purgatory. Some say that the lanterns were used to ward off evil spirit. I have another document that says otherwise, that says that was the soul of their child that they offered up the druids, because they would go, because remember, it said that they were sacrificing people at the end of the night. So how are they doing it? So when someone came to your door, right, the trick or treat thing, some of the mothers grabbed your children. So you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm telling you, I did a Halloween camp. Now man, time flies. I did like 4 years ago, and I had the document printed out. But over time, since I moved a lot, I misplaced it, so I don't have it anymore. But let's get these scriptures flying out. So we're just gonna take it from the top. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. So we shouldn't learn what we just read. That's for sure. Because ain't nobody over here doing any type of rituals, any type of sacrifices. Ain't nobody really wholeheartedly believing that there's, on this night, that there's evil spirits out there trying to get us. There's a battle between good and evil daily in our lives. A lot of us is battling between good and evil right now at this very moment. And another thing too, I know we're waking up as a community. You see a lot of activity going on, and that's good. We're in the right steps. We just gotta, baby steps is what I was once told by Daniela. We gotta take baby steps, and this is one of the baby steps that we gotta take. We gotta cancel out Halloween. And the next one, we got to cancel out Thanksgiving. And then we got to cancel out Christmas, which is probably the hardest one to deal with. Right. And then we'll be on our way. And then we'll be almost there. We got to cut out the violence that's been happening too as well in our communities. But we'll be well on our way. But we've seen little previews of this thing go viral. So we on the right track. Let's keep it moving. This is Ephesians So this is Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. All right, so we got to put on that armor. And one aspect of this armor, since we're talking about spiritual armor, is applicable to the wisdom that you have, and knowing that if you do go out, if you're a man, if hey, there's a girl I like, she's gonna be at this Halloween party. Sisters is like, man, I want to be seen in this outfit that I got from the store or whatever. You got to know that there's probably gonna be some dangers up in there. Maybe not all the time, but it could be your night. Let's stop the show real quick. I'm just gonna bring up something real quick. This is what I'm talking about. Let's see, there's something that happened in yo, Shaka, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, man. Peace on to you too, brother. Man, it's good to hear you, man. It's good to be back, man. It's good for you to be commenting on this thing, man. We can getting this thing back on track, man. All praises, brother, man. We love you, man, and may the Most High bless you and keep you forever and ever. Amen. You feel me? So let's get this thing. All right. So is there something that happened in Japan or one of the like Ammon or Moabite countries? Yeah, so at least 122 people in Halloween stand leaves at least 149 dead in South Korea. So let's get this right here for some context here. Just want to give y'all like a little picture of it. Yeah. That's it. So like y'all, I know I'm kind of ad-libbing right now, but it's important. Cause I know when we Jake, we gotta see it. We gotta see it. We gotta see it. So let's see. Let's see. 8 eyes. Okay, all right. Let's keep it moving. Oh no, we don't want none of that. None of that. Come on now. Let me get the goods now. Look at that, man. So it's like, yo, I'm trying to get the little girl, man. Old girl, man, she's gonna be Princess Jasmine for Halloween. I'm trying to be seen. And then look what happens though. Look what happens sometimes. Might not be all the time. But that's what happens, man. It could be one of us lining up. Look at that, man. They just lining them up. Right? It goes to tell you, man, that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. Like why? Why on this night? Right? Why on this night? 150 from a stampede. Like, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? So it just goes to show you, man, the Most High, man, is not playing around. Not playing around at all. And now let me bring up WGN. If y'all know me, I always bring up WGN. The curses are very strong here in Chicago. There's always shootings and killings. There's been an epidemic of killings of young toddlers and our young brothers and sisters under the age of 12 is very sad. Our people are very numb to it. I'm dang near numb to it as well. But there were some things happening that weekend too. I get kind of upset, so I don't want to get into that, but then, it makes me a little bit upset. Our people are out here doing wickedness. But I'll leave that towards the end because I'm going to talk about that too as well. Please like the video. Okay. I got 7 in here. If you're going to leave and come and go, that's cool. Just like the video. The truth needs to get out. And while you're at it, subscribe to the AOC Chicago channel. We greatly appreciate you. Hey, man, we've been gone for a little bit, but our numbers are still increasing. All praises to the Most High. 1.7. We're trying to get to that 2K. Okay, trying to get to that 2K. So please like and subscribe. And if you feel what we got going on, send all your questions and request for counsel for Ambassador Yabatazar at gmail.com. All right. And I'll put that up later on too. Yeah, man. So, it's a very real thing. And we don't want this to be us. We don't want to be that. We don't want to be that. So that's the most important thing. We want to be out of danger. We don't want to be on no dumb stuff. So we want to stay out the way. That's what Jews do. We stay out the way. We have our own communities. We do our own customs, right? And we stay out the way. That's what we do best. So we got to stay out the way of these heathen, man. Let them do this and let them pay the consequences. Let us do us, which is everything in the Amashak Yahushua, through Yahweh, and we're gonna keep this thing moving. All right, so I'm gonna stop my screen real quick. And we're gonna keep this thing moving. So yeah, I just want to show y'all that I had seen that, a couple weeks, like a week. No, it was like 5 days ago. It's like 5 days ago. So I was like, dang, Most High is busy. Because he's not we're gonna get into it, but he's not the God of the dead, but he is the author of life and death. And Isaiah, what was it? One I gotta get that. So let's go here. Ephesians, we got Ephesians already. Okay, yeah. So this is the other part too. Is that if we are in the truth, right? Because I like to be real with this thing. I'm not just trying to talk to you just to talk to you, because sometimes we need to be coached up too as well. And let's say that you're in the truth, right? And you just got started. You got a family too. You got a beautiful wife. You got a child. It's a toddler. Maybe 6th grade. Maybe 6th grade. Maybe, he's in kindergarten. Sometimes that's going to be an issue as well, because then they got to stop everything that they're doing. And that's why we got to get this in as early as we can. So, and I'm just leading up to the scripture, Proverbs. So we want to get Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 6. Because a lot of times it's going to be our family that's our own stumbling block, just because, when Yahushua come through, he's going to divide everything up real quick just to see what it's looking like. And a lot of the times, we get into it with our families. All praise to the Most High. My family has come around to what I got going on. Because just like Joseph, they see me prospering. So, and they see that light, and it's a testament to the faith. And as long as we stay consistent in this thing and true to this thing, the Gentiles, which is going to be our family members, a lot of times, they're going to see it, and then they'll come around eventually. Some don't, but initially, this is the toughest part: is separating ourselves with these holy days. With these pagan holidays, these helly days. That's what I really want to say, because it's in the school. Your son or your daughters, they're going to be going to school. They're going to be drawing pumpkins and stuff. They're going to be doing the jack-o'-lanterns. They're going to be doing the ghosts and the witches. And then, they're going to be embarrassed when they go to school. But if you let them know ahead of time and you coach them up, it's going to be thorough. I think you could maybe even write a letter. Now we live in a day and time where they're trying to teach our children some more perverse things, and parents are getting backlash over it. So, homeschool is definitely becoming an option for all of us, white, black, yellow, brown, right? For all the heathens, including Jay, if he can. But for the most part, man, it's getting kind of tougher and tougher to instill your values in your own children, right? It's getting really, really tough out here to instill those values. I feel like, um, um, how do I want to say this? I feel like the state, I feel like how this thing is going, I feel like the states want to like not even control us, but take ownership over us and our children. So I wouldn't send my kid in those days if I had to. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. I mean, if y'all got ideas, you can put them in the chat. We can have a little quick discussion about it. It's cool. Um, yeah, but that's the one thing though, is that I'm getting real concerned because I don't have any children yet. Hopefully, someday in the future. But when I do, like that's a whole thing right there. Because I don't want them even near all that alphabet stuff. I don't want them even picking up those types of books. But what Proverbs 22 says is to train up your children, and you definitely might have to coach them a little bit. Or if you got a dynamite rib that's on one that's going to coach them up before they send them out, then that's cool too. Hey, what's up? It's Right Princess. What's going on? Hope you had a blessed week, and hopefully you get a nice day of rest over the weekend and enjoy your Shabbat. It's always a pleasure to have y'all with us, man. Always a pleasure. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. But we gonna get it back on track. Yeah, man. But that's one of the most difficult things because even when I was let's just be polite, I was engaging. Yes, you got to arm them. And just like what Briaz said, you're right on point. You know, Ephesians 6:11 put the body of armor of the Most High on them. Because they're more believers than grown-ups are. There was a time when um, you know, and well, it says in the scriptures that you want to believe like a child. Because what does a child have? A child has an imagination. So when our ancestors was in the wilderness trying to find Israel, they just wanted Moses to do some magic trick so they could eat and drink. Moses, I'm thirsty. Do that little thing with the stick. Moses, I'm hungry. Make some more food drop off from the sky. He don't know where it is. He don't know where it is. He don't know where the land is. I want to go back to Egypt. Yep, that's right. Says to put on the whole armor of Yahweh. Like I'm saying, but children have that imagination, and that's why children were able to see to find that thing out. Um, yeah, man. But they're attacking our children as well, and that's why they want that LG, the alphabet stuff on them. So then, and I'll bring this scripture out later on, but they'll become our oppressors, not to, hey, mom, why can't we celebrate this? All the other kids are doing it. But hey, why you got something bad to say about those people? They're good people. I was reading that they were good people and they were born that way. You get what I'm saying? So they're trying to indoctrinate the children so they can stand firm on that perverseness. If you get the children, then you get a whole other generation. And as we know, the generations wax more wicked and wicked. So, but anyway, and like as this is going into what I got next. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. Try to see if I can do this little screen share. I know I don't want to take up too much, but try to get it there. There we go. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. You know, and that path, man, that path is narrow, man. It's like when you fall off of that path, man, it takes so much energy to get right back on it. It takes so much strength and so much courage to get back on it. Not even about the these pagan holidays, but just in life in general. You know, and having those conflicts with your children and your spouse or your significant other, that just might do it. And you might say, you know what? I don't want no smoke with my family. I'm gonna turn my back on the Most High. I'm gonna go back the Christian route and go into church and act like I'm doing my Negro spiritual, if you will. You know, I'm gonna go back to the placebo. You know, instead of taking the real living water, I'm gonna go back to the fake stuff. You know, because I don't want no smoke. And it's hard, man. It truly is hard sometimes when you got people in the way. You know, people that you love and care about. It's hard, but you got to stand strong. You got to stand strong, man. You got to pray, and the Most High is gonna have a way for you. The Most High is gonna have a way for you. Make no mistake about it. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see where we're at. So you know how it says that the Lord of the dead. Oh gosh, the Lord of the dead. So this is Ecclesiastes 9:5, right? And this, I'll try to share it. I'll try to share it. I'm not gonna be stingy with the screen share. Been doing it for so long. Been doing it for so long. Why not? Let's get this. Let's get this right. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more reward for the memory of them as forgotten. Nope. Yeah, King James right there. So the dead don't know nothing, and they resting. They ain't hungry, they ain't sleeping, they ain't worried about you. They ain't worried about none of that. Let them rest. Let them rest. Why are you bringing up dead? The ironic thing is them 149 people is dead, and ain't nobody caring about them. let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody was still sipping on whatever they were sipping on. Like, dang, all right, let's keep the party going. So I mean, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. Hold on, let's do another one. We're gonna go back to back. It's outrageous. And you know what? I don't want to, do that and be that guy. Because even though they're heathen, at the same time, our people been cursed and damaged so much that I'm just a humble person through and through. Uh, I'm not gonna tell myself to be, this over righteous person that's just get the dog everybody. But if they get prideful, that's when the lion gonna show his teeth. But at the same time, we got to stay humble because that spirit can lead to other things too as well. So we got to be on guard with our emotions and how we operate. And it's a good time to know where and when to show your fangs too as well. We don't want to be, uh, we don't want to be in the workplace doing that. We don't want to be in some establishments doing that. But we got to pick the right time and the right pace because patience is for the saints. And yeah, and they kept partying. Yeah, exactly. They probably kept partying too, not knowing. But look at this, man. It's a straight cut right here, straight cut. And this is for everybody that's, shout out to all the Oaxacan people, right, in Mexico. But y'all going off, man. Y'all going off. All the Oaxacans, because I know that I brought up the Oaxacan people just because of what was happening in the LA council meeting where they were saying all those racist tropes about, us and about, Israel, which will be the Oaxacan people. Some of them is for sure. But the thing with them is that's where they do it at. They celebrate the Day of the Dead. I'll bring up a picture of that too, but y'all probably already get the point. But let's bring this out. Mark chapter 12, verse 27. He is not the God of the dead, but of the God of the living. Therefore, America and all y'all from the 12 tribes of Israel do greatly err. We greatly err at. And we're simple. We don't really look into it. We just want to party, but we don't know that has consequences because of the history and the source of why we're partying. If we want to turn up on Passover and we know what's Passover and we did the service, my gosh, we could turn this whole world upside down and nothing's gonna happen to us. Can you imagine all the camps? I was just thinking about that too. Can you imagine all the camps just coming together and just celebrating the Passover? That would be crazy, right? But I guarantee you, nothing bad happened though. That was the point I was trying to make. In these mass gatherings of people celebrating this in another country, they don't even really believe in that. Shame on them. In South Korea, I bet you Kim Jong-un was laughing his behind off. My people don't do that. They make nukes. That's it. They make nukes for America. That is it, my friend. Now, with Mark 12 and 27, he is not the God of the dead. And that's really a wrap on that. That's really a wrap on that. Just end the class. The class over with. No, I'm just playing. 12 eyes, get that like button. Hit the like button, man. Support your boy. The Chicago Israelites, AOC, baby. What's going on, man? The truth's getting out there. What's going on, sister? Elizabeth Durham. Kwame Yasharala. Kwame Yasharala. That's right. We're going to get into that sweet part too as well. There's some sweet things and there's some bittersweet things about this truth. But we're going to keep it going. I got a little bit more. I got like 6 more on this. And then we'll switch over, try to time this out nicely. But I'm having a fun time, and it's been great. The water for all y'all support, man. I definitely appreciate it. I mean, the Most High bless y'all, man. Yeah, so I mean, before I get into this next scripture, like I was saying with Moses, some of us wanted to go back. And we don't even have to go that far back. We could just go to the Harriet Tubman era. Some of us didn't want to leave the plantations. Some of us wanted to stay because we had food, shelter, a little bit to drink sometimes, and we was cool. We want to do all that work trying to run for some dogs and run through the swamps and all that stuff. Yo, what's going on, Houston? Hey, man, I hope y'all win the World Series, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm tired of y'all beating the White Sox. No, but yo, man, Shalom, Mark, man. It's great to have you on, man. Great to have you on. Hey, I got my wheels now too, so I definitely might be out there with your boy Abishaya. Definitely, man. That's a powerful brother, man. But that's a powerful brother, man. I can't wait to go out there, man. Because Houston is a beautiful place, man. I was like, man, when I was out there, I was like, bro, I'm in Mexico right now. Seeing all those palm trees. They were kind of dead, though. I ain't gonna lie, but still palm trees. But what do you say, Rupert? Question: if I said to you, stop calling ourselves Jews because when Yahushua walked this earth, there was no person as a Jew. I was wrong. Jew as in English is new though. English is new, right? So that wouldn't be really even the correct version. I would say this. Well, exactly. But when was the letter J created? Aha. You see that movie Coming to America or Eddie Murphy? Aha. When was the term J? J is the newest letter in the alphabet, right? J's it was Y, right? Y was the letter J. But, but if you really want to go there, if you really want to go there, let's be more creative. Hold on, let's see this. Let's see this. Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's get this, man. I'm gonna bring this out again, but he ruined it. But still, we in the spirit. We in the spirit. We in the spirit. Hold on 1 second. You do this. Let me stop the screen share. Do it again. Then he probably gonna leave. But a Rupert. I'm gonna show you this, and then I'm gonna keep moving though, because we got a heavy little thing. But the Most High. I mean, Yahushua said. Just remember, because I'm telling you, Yahushua. His name's not Jesus Christ, right? That's Caesar Borgia, and we ain't down with that. But even if Jew or not, even the ones that call themselves Jews, do they really act like it? So we have to clean up our character, right? And that's the most important thing right now. Cleaning up the character. Clean up your character, put on the garments, celebrate the feast days. Then all this goes bye-bye. All this goes bye-bye. And I don't know what you are and what you're not. So I'm going to just keep it polite, but all this goes bye-bye, right? We're still teaching their lies for a reason. My brother can read we are still teaching their lies. There's a reason why you, brother, can read the Hebrews, my family. Well, I mean, we could say that we're Hebrew Israelites, right? Hebrew for the language. Israelite is the tongue. They don't even call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Israeli, which is a derivative from the original inhabitants of the land. We are the ethnic Jews. Okay? We are the ethnic Israelites, right? I am Barak, Ban Yasharallah, Ban Yahawada. Okay? So that's what's going on. Yeah, Numbers 15. That's right. And that's another scripture that I wanted to bring out too. That's another scripture that I wanted to bring out too. That's the only thing that we really should be wearing is these fringes. But honestly, but Rupert, man, you bring out great points, bro. Listen, man, our people are killing each other left and right. We don't value our life, when we shouldn't be, doing that. Because when we do these little arguments, violence occurs. The brother Takeoff had passed away off of some BS. But that's the next portion of this class. So we're just going to deal with each other respectfully, and thank you for being on the platform, though. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things going on, man. I mean, and this is what this is the irritating part though too as well, because it's like my people. There is a brother in Chicago. Not gonna say his name, not gonna say the gang and nothing like that, but he had killed somebody for not passing the blunt to him. You understand me? Okay, I love you too. I love you too, Rupert. All praises to the Most High, man. May the Most High bless you and keep you, man. Hey, and like I said, man, our people are real petty. There's brothers out here that will kill you for not passing the L to them. They will kill you for stepping on your J's. The last thing they're worried about is whether we should be calling ourselves Jews or not. The most important thing they need to know is that when they kill each other, they're killing the Most High God, because God is made in our image and he's disappointed. How would you like it if you were a father in your house and your two sons were drawing guns at each other and killing each other? That's terrible, man. And that's what we facing here. We got one of the strongest spirits in the nation with that. And these people that say they Jews and they not, they perpetuate that. And that's what Kanye was trying to talk about. That's anti-Semitic. But anyway, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But this is what I wanted to bring out. So where is it at? Okay. This is what the brother Paul said. He said, "Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they Abraham's descendants? So am I. So that's what I am, brother." All praise to the Most High. See, and that's the thing, man. Is like that's why I don't like Facebook a lot, because we just bring up these crazy topics, and it's like, man, what am I going to say today to be divisive? Boop. When you just, it just goes downhill from that. But anyway, let's get Jeremiah 34:16. But ye turned and polluted my name. Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, con. It's a straight cut. It's a straight cut. I love it, Elizabeth. I love it. And I was in the spirit. I was like, man, I was just the last one I had. Oh, yeah. Hey, man, but that's the beautiful thing about AOC is that he's in the background. He does do a lot of work. He might even be watching this class right now, but they like to build other brothers up, because things happen, man, and life is a vapor. So they trying to do their best to pass it to the next generation, too. And that could be you too, Rupert. You have to strive to be like the general, and even better, because that's what the general wants, right? We got to be like Yahushua and do greater works than him, because that's the goal. That's what Abi Yeshaya was saying to me, man. The goal, the level is Yahushua, man. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Y'all got me fired up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was trying to be cool, No, I'm fired up. No, but thanks, Rupert, for that. Because, and man, if you got any more questions, man, just let me know. Let them rip. But let me get back to this class real quick. Let's see here. Yes, we can do that. Yeah, Jeremiah 34:16. But ye turned and polluted my name, and caused every man his servant, every man his handmaid, whom ye had set at liberty at their pleasure to return, and brought them into subjection to be unto you for service and handmaids. So basically what that's saying is really, and if you want to compare the scriptures from back then to now, that's why this mental slavery is a B, man. It's tough because they hit us when we're young. They indoctrinate us from very young to have our backs turned from the Most High. So now, instead of being actual physical slaves, we were mental slaves to these ways and these customs of America. And we're going to pay for it. Just like these Koreans that paid for it. But moving on. Let's do this. The water for the support, y'all. Please like and share the video. Please do. Let's see. So that's why it's important, man. Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach, Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him. So as we know, the Most High is not the God of the dead. It's God of the living. We're going to get into witchcraft in a little bit and Saul's errors. But that's not godlike. Dressing up like a witch and a ghoul and sound like the hedgehog or whatever. Jeffrey Dahmer, right, right, blackface, right? These heathens out here dressing up in blackface, right, mocking us. And people like Candace Owens gonna talk about something, but racism doesn't exist. Where's the KKK? I don't see one. Name one. It's like, girl, it's in the household. It's in the household. What is you talking about? You know, I have friends that was Edomites, and all of a sudden I hear the N word come out. Like, damn, where'd that come from? You know, so it's in the household, man. It's taught in the household. The KKK is in the household, baby. But we gonna keep it moving. Start the screen. Straight folly, straight folly, straight folly, and that's okay. I mean, we got bigger fish to fry. It's not all that big of a deal until you lose your life. Until you lose your life, it becomes a big deal, and we don't want to get it. We don't want it to get to that. We want to not do that. You want to not do that. Let's see here. Can't call them out. Can't call out then if they have. She's a right, right. I mean, the KKK sure did put the mask on too, didn't they? They put the mask on too. Had them secret societies with the mask on too. A lot of people mask with the sunglasses and the shades because your spirit seeps through your eyes. So that's another way, man. It's very demonic, man. This thing is very deep. So we don't want to hide who we are if we got a good spirit, man. Definitely not. We're gonna skip to that. Well, I mean, Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight which He hath made crooked, right? And the laws of the Most High are perfect, man. So I don't know why y'all mask on, mask on. That's right. I don't know why y'all want to go off and do something that's so unclean. It's got a dirty name to it, right? It's got a dirty name to it, man. We gotta disassociate ourselves with these unclean things. We gotta act like it's the plague and keep it moving, right? Because the Most High has us straight with these law, statutes, and commandments. He's been trying to get down here since Adam. But that's why it's an incredible time to be in, because we're seeing the truth go viral more than it's really ever been at this point. Okay, this is the law, because we Jews, right? We're gonna break down the law real quick. Leviticus 20 and 27. All praise to the Most High. A man or a woman that have a familiar spirit that is a wizard shall surely be put to death, and they shall stone them with stones, and their blood shall be upon them. So dressing up your son and your daughter as witches and wizards and warlocks, that's not a good idea, man. It goes against it. Goes against it. At the end of that document, it said, "Is Halloween a religious?" Oh, Thawada King. I'm not the greatest. I already know that, and I'm not the general, and I'm not Chief Rishar Nathanya. I'm just Barack, and I'm just doing the best I can. So, all praises, King. All praises. But anyway, yeah, man. We got to stay away from this thing, man. And I'm telling you, man, I'm like in that Jason mask when I was younger, and I'm just uncomfortable for some reason. I ain't really like it. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, man. I'll just really be people watching. But you never know, man. I could have been in one of them situations where it's bang bang, and I get caught up with the stray bullet. You feel me? So so all praise for the Most High for saving me, man, from all that. Yeah, man, we putting ourselves in harm's way. Okay, so a little bit of story time. Let's get Saul. Yeah, first and foremost, yes, all day, all day, all day, all day. I'll bring that out too. I'll bring that out, King. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got like three more, and then we'll switch. But we're making good time, family. We're making good time. Making good time. Making good time. So let's do a little story time with Saul. At first I like the dog Saul a lot, but at the same time, you know, we gotta look at Saul, as gotta look at Saul as our ancestor, our uncle that just couldn't really get right. You know, we don't want to trash him, but we gotta learn from because I was like Saul too. Just stubborn and just trying to do my own thing. So, oh, you named your first son, your first grandson Amos. Oh, hey, I want to bring that one out too. Oh, I want to bring that one out too. Hold on, Amos 81. But hold on. I got you. I got you. That's beautiful too. That's beautiful. That's definitely beautiful. That's a beautiful name. That's a beautiful name, man. The water for the chat for your participation, man. I love it. But anyway, let's see here. This is talking about Saul, the Philistines, how he was being scary. So we're gonna get to that. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and he was great, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul inquired of the Most High answered him not, neither by dreams, because he used to contact us and communicate with us with dreams, and he may do that with some of you too, as well as me, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then Saul said unto his servants, seek me a woman and have a familiar spirit. Well, in Leviticus 20:17, it said not to do that. So he's going off. And this is what ultimately enters in King David too, as well. Because, Saul's not good with following directions. Because that's our ancestor. We're hard headed and we're stubborn. We're not good with following directions. You know. But he says, seek me a woman that has a familiar spirit that I may go on, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that have a familiar spirit at Endor. And Saul disguised himself, put on other raiment, because he supposedly cast out these people, and it was forbidden. And he went with two men with him, and he came upon a woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, who I shall name unto thee. And he brings up Samuel, and Samuel lets him have it. Samuel lets him have it, because in the first chapter it says, now Samuel was dead. So he brings up Samuel, and Samuel just lets him have it. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I could just do that. Does it do that? Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, does it go from screen to screen? Where am I at? Where am I at? Sorry, I got like way too many tabs. So, with that, you know that the Most High is not a God of the dead. So all that Skeletor, witchcraft stuff, was out of order. The familiar spirit is a law. We're not supposed to do that too as well. Okay. It's an evil pagan thing. We see death that happens in the nighttime. It's something not to do. I know we're a little late on that, but it happened on a Monday. When it gets to 4 years, if we're still here, Most High willing, we'll turn up. We'll turn up and have a good little time for the Friday night Shabbat. But we got to wait a little bit. Let's see here. Let's get Dios. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seems right unto man, but in the end thereof are the ways of death. And one of those, unfortunately, is following these customs. Because as we can see, the 149 Koreans probably regret going out that night. probably regret going out that night. So, you know, we have a choice. We got life or death. We could do the scriptures, or we might have to perish quickly. We're gonna, or perish suddenly. You know, I've done some not so nice things, and I could have perished on the way to do them or on my way back from doing them. You know, so when you see stuff like that happen to them, yeah, man, it's scary. Honestly, the Most High is a king of terrors. He's not all love; just a portion. Just a portion. So let's get the other one. Yeah, because sometimes our people do everything in their power to brush that off, brush off the Most High with all their power. We'll say people here in Cleveland going hard for Halloween more than ever. I seen before the yards in their houses. Yeah, it's been like that over here too. It's been like that over here. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been like that. Deuteronomy 18:9, when thou shalt come into the land which the Most High, Yahweh, our power, giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of those nations. Exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly right. And it's a hard habit to get out of because a lot of us are stubborn. But we don't want to pay for that with death though. We might have to, you know, suffer some consequences, but we don't want to lose our life over it. We've been doing that way too much. It's time for us to kind of wake up. It's high time for us to wake up. And Isaiah 5:18 says, woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin, as it were, with a cart rope. So we doing everything in our power to pull sin closer to us, right? Oh, and there's might be a Jake, might be a so-called black man, black woman, that you might see saying Halloween's wrong. It's got all this wrong with it. There's child fights, there's demonic. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't care about all of that. I don't care. I don't celebrate it for that. I don't celebrate it for that. Or a Jake, what I'm saying, a guy might be like, man, I ain't dressing up. I'm just going to the parties. I'm just trying to see all the little girls. So but at the same time, I mean, it's still you're guilty by omission. You're guilty by omission. As soon as you put on that costume, you're posing yourself as an evil spirit, according to what their customs are. And that's according, and if their customs are like that, then the Most High is going to be that same way then, because that's how they get down. So when you put on that little costume, that means you're trying to be, you want to be an evil spirit. Well, I made the evil. So how about this? We gonna send a death angel here, we're gonna send a death angel there. We're gonna send a stampede in the South Korea. Oh yeah, we're gonna turn up because my people want to be. They wilding. Hold on, Michael, give me mine. But what is this for? The Houston Butte on 5. Exodus 32:9, and the Lord said unto Moses, I've seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Man, if they not talking about the Negroes, oh, you evil people. Yeah. He was like, Michael, I don't know, man. You was the only right one, Mike. Talking about the Michael, the archangel. He's like, man, I don't know what to do with these people, man. Don't know what to do with them. Look at this one. All right. So let's see what else we got here. So in closing with this part of it, let's get a little song. Be a little more happy. Because I think it's happy. I have a hard time being happy in these scriptures because I know there's a lot of work to do. Um, the happiest part, those that were congregating, you know, and we're all, what I'm saying, have a common ground, have a common uh, belief, you know, argue a little bit here and there. But for the most part, we're here in truth and righteousness, and everybody's staying out the way, right? It's going on 9:06, maybe 10 East Coast. We're not going out. We're not being in harm's way. 12, 11:30 people that might be seeing this. We be locked in. We sharp. So anyway, um, Psalms 79. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. Let all of it come to an end. Let the Halloween come to an end. Let the Christmas come to an end. The Thanksgiving, that wicked Easter, the perverseness of this pride parade. Let it all come to an end, man. But establish the just, because the just are being persecuted. For the righteousness of the Most High triumph the hearts and the reins. So that is it on that. So I don't want to see y'all out there for Halloween now. I'll be back next year with some more. But now I want to talk about Kyrie Irving, right? I like the sports. So, he brought out the Hebrews to Negroes, right? And he said he posted it. I believe he probably watched it. AOC is all up in there. I seen Daniela like 2 times. They got the general in there and everything. I seen Shaw, Chief P. Shaw, looking all young. I was thinking about putting prayers next year instead of candy. Oh, yeah. All praises. All praises. All praises. I would say stay safe. Pray. Repent. Something like that. Something like that. Have a big lump of coal out there or something like that, What the heck? No, I'm just playing. Hey, but we're not, it's not like, because like I said, even if you stop doing it, sister with that, but even if you stop doing it, your family still might bring you back into it. So, it's, righteous people fall 7 times 7. So, we don't want to beat ourselves up over it, because that's just like me. I beat myself up a lot. If I make a mistake, I'm ashamed to pray sometimes, and then I just get way off track. And we can't do that, So we don't want to beat ourselves up for celebrating a Halloween or something like that, or doing something like that, So definitely understand, the Most High is going to be merciful and gracious, if you get your heart into it. If you got the right mind into it, we'll say that, not your heart. Yeah, but anyway, with Kyrie though, right? As far as the small hats and having the monopoly over the faith, right? They got a whole monopoly over the faith. They don't want us to know who we are. No willful sin. Con. Yeah, we are our worst critic. I know I am. And I just beat myself up, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Satan's knocking on the door, like, all right, let's get at it. But we don't want to do that. We want to stay together as a family. We want to always stay in contact with each other when we're going off. When we feeling down, reach out to somebody, reach out to a family member, tell them what's going on with you. We can't beat ourselves up in this thing, but we get it together. Even on these YouTube channels, even on these YouTube streets, we in it. If you got issues, if you're feeling down, you got something that you need to repent for, you can put it in the chat, man. We could set up a whole prayer right now, because that's what it's here for. We're a church, we're a people, we're a body, and that's what it's all about. You say, "Come, my mom wants me to take her somewhere for Thanksgiving. My family doesn't celebrate, but they say I have to eat." I know, and it's like, come on. I mean, like I think the late great um brother I think he was saying something about like not being in the spirit, but maybe you have to go somewhere just to show love, like during like a Christmas event. And if you're not really in the spirit of this Christmas event, you could still kind of be there. But I don't want to condone none of that. So I just want to stay away from that all. I mean, I tell my people is like, yeah, you can make me a plate. I got something's caught up. I gotta, you know. Now they kind of get it now, but it's still hard. It's still hard. It's still kind of hard. It's still kind of hard. Still kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not in the right, in that spirit of it, I don't think that it's not so much. But at the same time, I'm a baby in this truth, so I got leadership, so I'm not going to try to steer all the wrong way. Um, we got to do the best we can, and as time goes on, we can get more stern with it too, as well. Because I know my mom and everything. She's been real strict on stuff, and she's not gonna get a Christmas tree this year. So all praises to that. It's baby steps in this thing. So all praises to that. Still gonna get some presents, but you don't get the Christmas tree. So that's cool. Nimrod, you almost out the door. You almost out. But yeah, but I just wanted to talk about Kyrie Irving and this word getting out viral. They played it at the Georgia game. Kanye was right about the Jews, right? And this word is getting viral out here, man. And all praises to the Most High. Um, and Kyrie, I want to play the interview. It's like 6 minutes long, but I don't want to do that because I don't have my earphones and stuff, and I don't want the thing to get all foggy. But he's definitely. Oh, maybe I could bring up a picture or something. No, I won't do that. I'm taking too much time. But he was basically getting vilified for being anti-Semitic. So I don't know. So if I say that I believe to be true that I'm an ethnic Hebrew Israelite that migrated to West Africa in 70 AD, my ancestors did. And during that time, the British and the French coerced the Moorish tribes to make war and to pillage our people, the Negroes, into chattel slavery, which were brought to all four corners of the world. The Wanda. Um, what's anti-Semitic about that? Is that just their little word? Because I mean, like I said before last Friday's class, I mean, for men and women that know King David was fearless. And he stood toe to toe with Goliath. And these people are very not King Davidish. They're not courageous. They hide behind their money and their power and their connections. And that's it. That's all they have. They hide behind the infrastructure that we built. Um, I don't see anything anti-Semitic about that. And I hate that because it's not Sem, it's Shem, right? And Kyrie he did a masterful job at saying that he was Shem without saying he was Shem. And he basically said, if I know who I am, then I'm basically not anti-Semitic. If I'm not anti-Semitic if I know who I am. So he's basically calling out the Small Hats for being Amalek, and he's telling people too I don't know if he heard a camp or two, or if he read, if he watched a whole movie. But he said, "What do you want to?" He said, um, "What's the one place where you can hide information from a black man in a book?" Yes, he did. If you watch the interview, like the most recent one, it was very precise. He didn't come out and say he was Hebrew or nothing like that. He just basically said that he's Shem without saying Shem. And basically, I just posted the video. Why? So basically, they're very afraid. They're very afraid of us um, waking up too, as well. But it's already happening, so they can't stop it. But once people find out that they had Brazilian plantations, they had 115 Brazilian plantations. They financed the slave ships. They changed their names as well. How could a Jew sell a Jew into slavery, finance the whole thing, when that particular Jew was supposed to be helpless, cursed to be sold into slavery? You can't finance the slavery and then be the slave at the same time. You couldn't even really live in Africa. They had um, immunizations and vaccines after the 1700s. After the slave trade was over, then they could hang in Africa for more than a year. But before then, you had the British and the French and the Portuguese all on the coast. And I think that they were enticing King Dalhami to get drunk every morning so they could sell slaves. So they can capture slaves. And they would coerce the Moors. They would entice the Moors, which is a different African tribe. So when you hear Africans selling Africans, no, 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 no. We were two separate people in there. We had just set up shop in there, right? But they know who they know who we were. They know who they were coming to get. There were even some accounts where they said that they had um, sold 144,000 of us into a certain location. I got a lot of stuff on that. That's a different type of topic, but this persecution and the joyfulness of hearing the word get viral, it's bittersweet. So let's bring this out in the scriptures, because I'm taking too long. Let's see here. Let's switch it over. I'm going to switch my screen over here, and then I'm going to present. Yeah, definitely. Scared of us coming together and taking reparations. And that's what I'm saying too. Reparations are going to come. I want the Most High's reparations, because it says in the scriptures, I didn't get this, I should pull it, but it says that they're going to give us their goodly things anyway. And their wealth's not going to be, they're going to be, it's not going to be of any value. They're going to be ashamed because of their wealth. They're going to give it to us anyway. So everything's going to be righted with just this whole begging for reparations and everything. They don't want that. They don't want that. They're trying to even cancel affirmative action. And I say, why? Affirmative action was supposed to be for so-called black people, right? But they also put in gender. You see how they play? So who did it end up benefiting? White women the most over the period of time. The case that's being set up there right now is from a white woman. So the one who benefited the most from affirmative action is the one case that they're going to rule on to eliminate it. Can't make this stuff up, man. You cannot make this stuff up. But anyway, that's all I like sports and politics. So anything on that note, I'm going to be on it. That's my area of expertise. All right, so let's see this. So this is Ezekiel before he went out to wake the people up, right? The Most High, he seen a vision of the Most High, right? And This is what happened to him. So he said Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto Son of Man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll. So he basically ate the Old Testament, right? The word of the Most High, ate the Torah, however you want to say it, and go speak on to the house of Israel, right? He didn't say go speak on to everybody. He says go speak to the house of Israel. It's Most High saying that. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then I did eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go and get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them. Because that's the sweet part. That's the sweet part. That's the sweet part is going out, being able to teach your people, you know, to be able to battle, to do the battle, man, and to be out there, representing, man, for all the greats that did it, representing for brothers like Stephen, representing for King David, our king, man, representing for Yahushua, representing for Paul, for Peter, one of my favorites. Like, okay, he is my favorite. But Matthew, man, all of them, John the Baptist, man, all of them, man. So we're doing our part, man. We're gonna etch ourselves in history, man, with this thing. And that's the beautiful part about it, man. Watching the fruit come up to you, watching the heathens twisting their face, getting into them battles with the scoffers, man, and swaying the people, man, swaying the court of public opinion against in your favor. The angels watching you, being a spectacle, right? That's the beautiful part about it. Watching your numbers grow. Not so much, but watching the numbers grow, watching the YouTube channels grow, watching, the gatherings get bigger, the resources that pile up for the feast days and whatnot, the garments getting better, your brand, the Most High's brand getting out there with your Pacific camp on it. Some of the fame too, right? Brothers are well known. Got to be modest, got to be humble, but still, it's good to be well known for something good. That's the sweet part about it. That's the sweet part. But there's also another side. That side, we're seeing tastes of that side. We're seeing tastes of that side with Kyrie, with the brother, with Kanye and whatnot. We're seeing tastes of that. We're seeing taste of that. You said 12 went for number 35 and 33. Hold on, brother. I got you. So let's get this. Share the screen. Revelation 10:9. Okay, so Revelations 10:9, and it reads, I went on to the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth as sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and my mouth was sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. Right? So, I mean, and this goes, we can do this a lot of different ways too, but, the sweet part is teaching your people. It's knowing that the Most High did choose you, right? Knowing that you're not going through this for nothing. Knowing that Yahushua is coming back for you, and specifically your group of people, your nation of people. Knowing that the Most High dwells in you, and you can call on Him. That is your cheat code. That is your power. But the bitter part is, how to overcome it. How to overcome what you got going on at home with your family, how to overcome, your job. Maybe it's all the obstacles, and it's the persecution. Maybe you're wearing your fringes and you're getting looks, and people are talking about you, and you know maybe my employer might look on the YouTube channel and cancel me, and I'll be out on the street, you know which very well could happen. But there's penalties that may have to come, you know, later on. And there's penalties that happen too. I mean, the bitter part might be, yo, I know I'm an Israelite, but now I gotta stop working on Saturday. Damn, I gotta quit my job. I gotta quit my job. I can't do this. So that might be a bitter part. Damn, well, what am I gonna do? Right. And that's when you gotta get that spirit on you and know that the Most High is gonna make a way. He might be without for like a little bit, but he probably gonna get you something a little bit better. It's gonna be more convenient. So these are the things, But on a grand scheme of things, the persecution. The persecution is a big thing. Let's get this here. Okay. So this is First Corinthians chapter 4:9. For I think that this is Paul saying this. For I think that the Most High set us forth as apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and for men. So it's almost like what he's saying is like we're almost like warriors in an arena, and everybody's watching us. And I thought that was funny because Kyrie is basically in an arena and everybody's got eyes on him, and he's a spectacle. And you see the small hats and their media conglomerate attacking him off of something that he didn't even say. He didn't have to say it because the truth hurts them. They said that you hurt people. How does it feel for you to hurt somebody? No, sir. You hurt my people for paying my people to rap about killing and shooting each other. That's what hurts. Liar Cohen hurts me every day. You understand? I can go. I mean, I'm gonna be tone on that because those are them people. But at the same time, I mean, we have no fear. But at the same time, nobody get a bad rap. But like I said, I'm not anti-Semitic because I'm Shem. I mean, really, we gotta look into what that little Talmud says about some of the stuff that they got going on in there. But that'll be a different topic. But what about being anti-Gentile? Are you going to tell people about what it really means to be a Jew and how you're going to subdue the nations too as well? Are we going to talk about that? Because it's still in the Old Testament. It's still in Deuteronomy. I think it's chapter 30. I mean, but they just use that word. They use that anti-Semitism word as a defense. But and that's just, and then they're using Hitler in the Holocaust and that trauma. But at the same time, there's tons of resources out there. And like I said before, that you financed the slave trade. I know Rich Eisen was talking about Kyrie, talking about you dehumanized me. Well, listen here, Amalek. Your ancestors financed the slave trade. They dehumanized me. They owned slaves and they owned plantations. Wall Street was where the slaves were sold. So you dehumanize me way before you could ever say that young brother dehumanized you. Because it's the truth, man. And once people start calling him Amalek, it's gonna be a wrap. Once Esau knows who he really is, that's gonna be a real rap too as well. That's going to be a real. I'm waiting for that to happen because once I told Levi that too. I was like, man, once they start calling his ass Amalek, it's a wrap because Amalek is linked to Gomer, which is linked to Japheth. I mean, they come from Togarma and Gomer, which is modern day Turkey, modern day Ukraine, Russia area. They were being they had to teach themselves how to read and write Hebrew before they even got to the land. That wasn't their yeah, that was the first stock sold. The whole idea of insurance and interest comes off the backs of our ancestors. They just got done paying insurance. Jamaica did, I believe, which is sad, right? Jamaica had to pay off. I don't know how that goes, but they just paid off. Britain did. They just paid off the slave owners. As far and you know who those people might be. It might be those small hats, but they just paid those people off in 2015. 2015. And listen. Just like the general say. I mean, listen. I'm going to sympathize, right? I don't want to get cooked in the oven, right? But I may choose a firing squad over a perpetual system of slavery where I got treated like less than a human. At least you didn't make me work to death and all that type of thing. I might take the easy way out. I think that's the easier death is the firing squad. I think the easier death is the gas chamber. You know, you had to watch me. You had to watch everybody work to death. Have our children sold. You rape my wife, right? Rape other people. In Louisiana, you're ripping babies out the womb, feeding them to alligators. I don't think Hitler did that to y'all. You didn't have to have that star, that yellow star on us because of our skin. Our skin almost persecutes us in a way, right? So we went through just as much. Our black women are killing our babies, and white women are all for it. So we're going through a lot here. So before people can say that they're being dehumanized off of a dang post, I mean, I would have went in if I was him. I would have went in. I couldn't do it. I would have went in. But anyway, let's get back to it. That's what I'm saying, though, man. Let's get that. Hope you're having a good time. Cause I am. No. All praise to the Most High. All right, First Timothy, man, 3:12. So let's see. 2 Timothy 3:12. Yea, and all that will live godly and Amashak Yahushai shall suffer persecution. And that's the first step, man, is stepping up and spreading this word out, man. And you're gonna get persecuted for it, right? I think later on it says, he's talking about Timothy's talking about the persecution and the afflictions that he had to endure and how the Most High delivered him. So the prophets went through it too, right? The prophets went through it, but I mean, I would want to go through persecution to know that I'm going to get to the kingdom anytime. And if the media is going to be against me for being well known, I'll gladly take that. Like Kyrie said, I got an army behind me. And once we really do, now, the Most High's got to ordain it so we can't fight them, with everything that they got. But, if we truly did, if we were united as a people, that would be extra powerful. But hopefully the brothers, doing okay. I know KD is, not trying to. What's it? John 15-16 cannot do a dang thing with your house, which is why I know there's no such thing as free will. No. You have free will. You got free will. You got free will. He wants to see what you're going to do. He wants to see what you're going to do. That's why sometimes something bad happens to you. If there was no such thing as free will, I would be dead. Would have been dead. If there was no such thing as free will, then there's no such thing as grace. And then Yahushua came back for no reason. Right? Because if I don't have the ability to do what I want and then repent and recover, then Yahushua is coming in vain, and this thing is folly, and I'm out. I'm taking my mitri off, and the class is over with. So, and that's what it is. But, we do have free will because the Most High wants to see who's truly for him. That's the test. So we don't want to, and that's what, don't want to overcomplicate things, man. Don't want to overcomplicate things. If we're seeing things online and on that dang Facebook, you need to cut it out. Come with your boy on Fridays, and I got you. Maybe we'll bring the general along one day, okay? Well, we got you. But yeah, man, you got free will to do what you want to do, but the consequences is something else. Consequences is going to be something else. So let's keep it moving. Not that one. So this is Stephen. I wanted to bring up a brother that was being persecuted. Yeah, there's a race set before us. That's right. That's why, the scriptures say we have to endure like good soldiers in Hamashiach Yahushua, which the world calls Jesus Christ. Right? We have to endure until the end. We're not going to get picked up. We're not going to be a great rapture. We will ultimately meet the Lord in the air. And those that are, that are dormant are going to be raised up. Don't get me wrong, but we got to endure a lot of this thing, man. We got to endure to the end, man. Like the sister said, there's a race set before us. That's why he's given us multiple chances to get this thing right. And that's the beauty about it. And we don't want to take for granted his mercy and his grace. He's really, because he said that we're a stiff-necked people. If we're a stiff-necked people, I mean, wouldn't you want to see what they're going to do? Okay, I know they're stubborn. Let's give them some free will, because at this rate, he would have killed us all. When Moses was there, and he was like, "No, it's over with. I'm tired of y'all doing what y'all want to do. Okay? Because he's like our father. Remember, he's our father. We're in the house with him. He's telling us to take out the trash. Telling us to clean up the bathroom when we're done. And when all them little hairs, Barack, you hairy, man. You shaving your face. You're leaving all the, clean it up. Take out the trash, brother. Clean up your room, brother. All right? But I keep on not doing those things, man. Eventually, he's going to kick me out. But I have a choice to do it every day I wake up. I can clean up. I can do the right thing, but, and that's the most beautiful thing about it. It wouldn't be fun, really. It wouldn't be fun. Okay, he messed up. He's dead. Yeah, kill him. I don't care how he died. Just boom. Okay, he celebrated Halloween. Kill him. Okay, he lusted after a woman. Kill him. You're not going to really see what a man's character is all about. And that's the beauty of it. That's why it kind of changed over time. We've seen it change. The law's still there, but the way that we get to redeem ourselves in it has changed. Because in order to redeem yourself from the law in the old days, you just die. there's no change. That's why it says, the ministration of the Spirit is greater. than the administration of the law. Because the law is death, But administration of that spirit, man, you get a second chance. You get to show the Most High what you really got. So that's what we're talking about. But anyway, in the time of Stephen, let's see here. See what I want. Let's see what I want. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Next time, I got to do this different. There's too many tabs going on. Salakia. That's right. Basically, I can give you the answers, but it's up for you if you want to take them or not. That's right. And that's a beautiful thing. I mean, and that's what you want, though. Isn't that what you want? Because that's the one thing I wouldn't want, though, too. And like I said, Ray Rupert, man, like, the water for I'm saying, the feedback and just being in here, what I'm saying, that is powerful. But that's, I mean, it wouldn't be, I mean, imagine if your group of friends were scared of you, right? And they just did whatever they had to do so you wouldn't, cancel them, just say that, or delete them. You wouldn't even know if they were your friends. You just got a whole bunch of yes men around you, and they're just scared of their own shadow around you because you might take their life. As soon as you disagree with something, as soon as they disagree with something or don't think something, hey, does this look good on me? Yeah, it does. It does. It's no fun. It's no fun. You want people in your church that's going to tell you how it is, just in a live, like in a more human aspect of this thing, right? Because I like to do that. I like to just put it in a real world context. Sometimes being the Most High is a little bit too much for me because I'm just a servant, so I can't really put myself in his footsteps. So I just got to go on servant level. But that's just me. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Got a little bit more time. Let me just get to these real quick, and I'll hit the chat. Stephen was a man that was persecuted, man. He was speaking truth to power. He was speaking the truth all throughout the book of Acts, 6 and 7 in particular, man. So he was getting it in, man. He was getting it in. He was telling the people. He was getting religious leaders upset at the time. And what she said? Everybody needs me in their corner because I'm telling you the truth. That's right. I know that's right. I need that. Sometimes I need you to tell me a little lie too, just to make my feelings don't hurt my feelings too bad. No, but it's always good to have a brutally honest friend. Everybody needs that brutally honest friend that keeps you even, keeps you balanced. But this is Acts 6 and 8. Stephen was full of faith and power, and he did wonders and miracles among the people. That's the sweet part. That's the sweet part, man. Doing wonders and miracles. Everybody's seeing your light. And it's a beautiful thing. I think in the scriptures it said that he had a face of an angel, and when things were kind of going south for him. And then check this out though, right? Right here. Let's get this. She was getting into it with people across the synagogue, right? And they were disputing with Stephen. They were disputing with him, men in the synagogue, right? And they were not able to resist the wisdom. Just like, the wisdom of Kyrie right now is on point. So what do? They said that they heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and against the Most High. And that's what they're gonna. And that's that's the first step, is to call us crazy, to call us anti-Semitic, right? Because it's easy. Oh, he's crazy. He's anti-Semitic. It's all right. Cancel. It's like what What was he doing that was so anti-Semitic? They don't explain it, because if they explain it, then they got to bring out the truth. But anyway, let's continue. Okay, let's get this. I know this is like a little wordy. Okay, let's just cut to the point here. But ultimately, what happened, right? Our brother, and our ancestor, beloved Stephen, man. Acts 7:59, man. They stoned Stephen, man, and he was calling upon the Most High, man. And Mashak Yahweh to tell him to receive my spirit. And he also, he said he kneeled down here with a loud voice. He asked the Most High to lay not this sin to their charge. It's honorable, man. What an honorable guy, man. What an honorable guy, man. Before he went out, he's like, man, don't curse them, man. They don't know what they're doing. Man, he in the kingdom. Man, oh man. We got to try to get like that on that level. But he risked it all, though. He risked it all, man. Absolutely did. I think Paul said, we got to be fools for Yahushua, man. We got to be fools for Yahushua. Definitely do. Let's close that out. And this is what I wanted to bring out, too. You said your son's name Amos. Because right now it's cool, right? Everything's sweet. Got Kyrie speaking now. Words getting out there. Everybody's kind of, checking out books now. Reading different things. Looking up the word Hebrew Israelite. Black Hebrew. Right? Put that in the search engine. But soon, they're going to catch up to that, and they're going to know that there's too many people waking up. Because once this thing hits a certain number, things is going to start happening, and this empire is going to go kaput. So, and that's what they're doing, everything in their power to kind of get us to just be in the muck that we in, which is sin, which is, being into homosexuality, promoting dysfunction through our musicians and our artists, promoting murder culture, which the small hats pay us for, having our sisters not dress modest, enticing them to get surgeries, and they pay them for it. A lot of evil, man. I think in the Talmud it says that they can do evil, but they got to do it in a place that that's not known, that they're not known. Just wickedness, man. Just wickedness. Oh yeah. Anyway, my first grandson, he's 1 month. Okay, this is for him. So hopefully he could get the truth out too. Get that truth out. But Amos, 3 and 1, 3 and 2, it says that we're family. We're the Most High's family. So we're all his children. But we're his only family. None of these other ones. But this is the book of Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Most High, Yahweh our power, that I will send famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Most High. So while we're still here, able to congregate, not getting canceled, channels not going down yet, work's not firing us yet, we're not getting thrown in jail, the bodies aren't piling up on the streets, the Bibles aren't burning just yet. So while we're still here, we got to make the most of it. So that's the key to this thing. While it's hot, we got to get it right. And it says in the scriptures, in Revelations, we got to be hot for this thing. We can't be lukewarm, right? Got to be hot for this thing. But he said, "Oh, my first grandson, shout out to Amos. That one's for you. That one's for you, buddy. That one's for you. All praises." They saying those niggas waking up. We gotta shut them up. That's right, man. That's right. That's right. And we are. I mean, but I had a gripe with Kyrie just because I thought he was on the the other nation's woman a little bit more. But hopefully he comes around. But at the same time, that was my only gripe with him. But the way he spoke so eloquently, I mean, if y'all want to check that out, just put in Kyrie Irving interview on YouTube, and then it's there. It's there for you to see, and you can just tell that they're just grilling him. They're just grilling him, and it's just unfair, honestly, because he didn't really do anything wrong. So they're really Kanye just proving everybody's point. The Most High wants this to get out, so the Most High is putting Amalek on blast. And it's right to have the spotlight on you because you can only could say that you anti-Semitic for so long until people find out that you ain't Shem. So then we got like 9 minutes. What was this? What Rupert run like hours 20 and 21. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. The king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. Yeah. As far as that goes, because you remember the Most High. One second. Yeah, there's levels to it though, bro. There's levels to it. There's levels to it. Remember, the Most High is a god of war, right? So he's a chess master. So when we do bad, he sends the other nations to come get us. Yeah, so he uses them as a rod of punishment against us. So it was good though. But he has the king's hearts in their hands because what ultimately do they have? At the end, they have the chess pieces, they have the armies, right? So he's gonna play with them, right? Just like he uses us. But it's not robotic like that. It's not so literal. But it's cool. I mean, it's a good point. I understand where you're coming from with that. But there's levels to it too as well, right? It's not like I don't know if Joe Biden's a good example because that man ain't got no mind. but let's say Trump, for example, his heart was in his hand as far as that goes, but it was for a time of peace, though too. So everything he was doing, it was more of a world, like a peaceful world stage. Now that Joe Biden's in there and the way he's got things going, or the men behind him, now it's more chaotic because the Most High is bringing up war. Because you remember the scriptures say that there's going to be a third world's war, and the Most High is the king of terrors, and he's a god of war. Okay, he was telling us what to do to defeat our enemies. And he was making the enemy scared too as well. He said that they're going to tremble at our feet and all these different things. So he does things, that's on a supernatural level that we can't really fathom. But at the same time, he uses people with a lot of influence. And in this case is, all the kings of Idumea and the heads of all these nations. They're his playthings. So, and that comes by their own lusts. China wants Taiwan, right? Um, Israel don't like Iran, and Iran don't like Israel, right? Oh, shalom, sister. I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna close out. I'm just kind of in a tangent, but no, but that was a good point. But long story short, man, the Most High is a God of war. These kings and these heads of these nations with their armies and their influence, he uses that to his will. Um, but it's not so like robotic. It's not like he's telling them to wake up and to take a shower and to go to sleep. So, but anyway, um, yeah, love you, Wanna. All praises. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one. Everybody, I'm gonna close the class. I will see y'all back here next Friday night, Shabbat, Most High willing. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your night and a wonderful weekend. And may the Most High bless you and keep you forever. I don't know. I gotta find out. Yeah, block users. Here we go. Okay, I did it now. Hey, I blocked the spam, y'all. Okay, with that, we say shalom and we out.